The Vorth Dominion did not fear Earth. Why would they? Humanity was a young species, barely a century beyond their own solar cradle. The Dominion had ruled the stars for millennia, subjugating entire civilizations beneath their taloned feet. When the human diplomats of Meridian Station petitioned for peace, the Vorth saw not equals, but insects pretending to stand tall. The humans had built Meridian on the edge of Dominion territory, a glimmering hub of trade and culture. Families, scientists, and envoys lived there. It was a beacon of human ambition. Too bright, too proud. So the Vorth snuffed it out. The attack came at dawn cycle. No declaration, no warning. Just searing plasma fire and laughter echoing over open comms. "For the audacity of your species," hissed Admiral Corral. "Let this colony burn." Meridian's defenses were token, civilian-grade shields, a few patrol ships. Against a Dominion armada, it was nothing. The sky turned to molten glass. Thousands died in the first strike, millions more in the next hour as atmosphere boiled and oceans vaporized. The Vorth broadcast the massacre across the galactic network. They wanted the galaxy to see Earth's children crushed under heel. When the fires dimmed, Corral's flagship hovered above the smoldering world. His crew feasted, laughing over the comms, recounting human pleas for mercy as if they were a joke. The Dominion Council hailed him as a hero. The galaxy watched and believed humanity would bow. They were wrong. The Age of Arrogance. The weeks that followed were filled with celebration, on Vorth worlds, in their pleasure domes and war halls. Statues of Corral were erected. The Dominion declared the Human Expansion Treaty null. No one protested. Even the human allies, the Treeland Confederacy, the Venari cartels, remained silent. After all, humanity hadn't responded. No fleets, no threats, not even a statement from Earth's High Council, just silence. The Vorth took that as fear. "The Terrans hide behind their ideals," mocked the Dominion Chancellor. "They are creatures of talk, not war. Their fire is gone." Every tavern and comm hub the phrase spread, "Humanity's fire is dead." It became an anthem of mockery, a toast among warriors. Vorth children were taught of the fragile species who thought themselves strong. Yet far beyond the reach of Dominion sensors, in the dark corridors of Sol Command, something ancient stirred. The networks went quiet. Civilian chatter ceased. Industrial worlds shifted production silently, without announcement, and for the first time in over a century, the Terran Defense Charter was invoked. Earth didn't speak. Earth prepared. The silence before the storm. When the first whispers began, they were dismissed as paranoia. Dominion scout vessels, gone dark near human space. Supply lines, vanished without trace. Listening stations, reporting strange subspace tremors before collapsing into static. But one message did get through. A single garbled transmission from a Vorth outpost on the edge of the Perseus Arm. They came from the dark. No signals, no warnings, lightless hulls. Oh gods, the eyes. Then nothing. The Dominion's admirals scoffed. "Ghost stories," they said. "Human tricks." But unease spread. Fleets were sent to patrol human borders and never returned. On the galactic networks, silence fell. Even the Dominion propaganda feeds faltered. There were rumors of entire moons missing from star maps, of deep space relays found drifting, melted like wax. Then, 3 months after Meridian's fall, humanity broke their silence. Every comm array, every Dominion station, every military vessel received the same transmission. Broadband, simultaneous, untraceable. The voice was calm, human, and cold. "You mistook mercy for weakness. You mistook silence for surrender. You burned our children beneath your sun, and now we will show you the fire you thought dead." Across the stars, the message ended with a single emblem, the Terran Phoenix, reborn from flame. The Dominion laughed, nervously. But their laughter didn't last long, for the awakening of the Forge worlds. The galaxy had forgotten what humanity once was, the architects of the Iron Crusades, the species that tamed the void with their bare hands. For centuries, Earth had played diplomat, scientist, builder. But beneath the peace treaties and colony accords, the forges of Mars never stopped burning, and now, Their output was unleashed. From beneath the red dust rose ships that had never been seen before, black as obsidian, silent as death. Dreadnoughts, kilometers long, hulls made from neutron-forged alloys, their surfaces bristling with weapons forbidden by galactic law. The solar spear, Hecate's wrath, vigil of Sol, names whispered in awe by the few who saw them and lived. Each bore the same insignia, an ember within a circle. Humanity's fire, rekindled. When the fleet departed Mars' orbit, the skies burned red for days. On every Terran world, citizens watched the night brighten with streaks of fire as ships ascended into the void. Children cried, not in fear, but pride. The old songs were sung again, the ones from Earth's darkest wars. We are the flame in the darkness. We are the storm that follows silence. The Dominion intercepted fragments of transmission traffic. Fleet movements too vast to count. Supply chains mobilized across light years. Quantum beacons flashing in unison. And then, one by one, Dominion outer colonies began to disappear. The fire returns. The retaliation did not begin with fanfare. There was no declaration, no heroic broadcast, just methodical, surgical annihilation. The human fleets moved like ghosts. No detectable emissions, no subspace signatures. The first, Vorth shipyards to fall were obliterated before alarms could sound. Entire orbital rings reduced to glowing slag. When Dominion reinforcements arrived, they found only drifting wreckage, and on every surviving surface, 3 words scorched into the metal. For Meridian Station. Then came the fleets. Thousands of human warships poured into Dominion space, forming black oceans that blotted out the stars. Each move was calculated, precise, unstoppable. Vorth admirals tried to rally. They launched counterstrikes, summoned allies, but no help came. No one dared. Because when the first non-Vorth ship approached a battle zone, human targeting systems painted it immediately. The warning was simple: interfere and burn with them, and no one tested that promise. Human dreadnoughts unleashed weapons unseen for centuries. Singularity torpedoes that cracked planets. Rail batteries that fired tungsten slugs at near-light velocity, turning battleships into molten rain. Swarms of autonomous drones, Ash Angels, the Dominion called them, descended on cities like locusts, dismantling everything metallic, leaving only dust. The Vorth tried to surrender. The human reply was silence. The fall of Corral. The last Dominion stronghold was Corral's homeworld, Vorth Prime. The same admiral who had burned Meridian now stood on his command balcony, watching the horizon glow with the light of 1,000 descending human ships. His planetary defense grid, the pride of the Dominion, was failing. Orbital cannons overheated. Shields flickered. Command relays screamed with static. When the solar spear entered low orbit, its silhouette eclipsed both moons. Its bombardment began without words. Orbital strikes that shattered mountains, evaporated oceans, and silenced continents. Corral tried to flee. His flagship didn't even get the chance to ignite engines. A single lance of pure kinetic energy pierced its hull, splitting it in half. The last thing he heard was a transmission from the human fleet commander. "You thought you could extinguish our fire. But ashes remember. Ashes endure. And now, Admiral, ashes burn hotter than suns." Vorth Prime burned for 9 days. When it was over, the planet was gone, reduced to a smoldering ember orbiting its dying star. 7. The Reckoning. The Dominion ceased to exist. What little remained of their empire surrendered unconditionally, begging for mercy. The Terran fleets did not conquer. They simply left, leaving behind silence and ruin. Galactic newscasts avoided even speaking the word Earth. Neutral systems decommissioned their embassies. Trade networks rerouted to avoid Terran space. In the void where the Dominion once ruled, only wreckage drifted, entombed in cold starlight. But on every station, every planet, every ship across the galaxy, a whisper took root. Never provoke Earth again. They called it the Phoenix Doctrine, an unspoken law. No one attacked a human colony. No one insulted a Terran envoy. Even the most ruthless warlords steered clear of the Sol borders, because they all remembered what followed Meridian. And deep within the heart of the Terran Command archives, the Phoenix fleet slept once more. Its hulls cold, its weapons silent, but not dismantled, never dismantled. Because humanity understood something the galaxy never would. Peace was not the absence of war. Peace was the pause between fires. 8. Embers. Eternal. Years later, a lone Dominion survivor drifted near the ruins of Vorth Prime. His ship, crippled and silent, picked up a faint signal. An old human transmission looping endlessly through the static. He played it. It was a voice, calm and solemn. "We gave you peace. You answered with fire. Now we return the favor. Know this. Our vengeance is not rage, but memory. It sleeps beneath the ashes, waiting for the wind, and when it rises, the stars themselves will burn." He listened as the message repeated, fading into silence. Then he looked out at the endless black, and for the first time in his life, he prayed that humanity would never awaken again. But the stars flickered, far away, deep within the soul system. In the quiet forges of Mars, the furnaces roared to life once more, and the galaxy trembled. They thought humanity's fire dead, but ashes burned hotter than suns.